Hi, I'm going to show you how I took one of the books that was from one of my authors and got that translated into Korean. Now, of course, you can translate into a lot of different languages, but this particular author knows that there's a good golfing community, surprisingly, in South Korea, and he wanted to make sure that his book was available there. So I went about researching how I could do that. Um, the cost for hiring a translator in Korean was prohibitive. So I needed to find an AI tool that could accomplish the things that we wanted to do. So this is the book, and let me get it over here where you can actually see it. It's done really well as Benjamin Franklin Award winner, and it's a great book. When it came to translating, I wanted to figure out exactly how I could make that happen and not lose the formatting. Because if you've got just a bunch of images that constitute a language, something that I certainly can't read or understand, I needed to know that it could do the formatting. So the formatting would include everything from the title page, having that set up correctly, to the rest of the interior. The things like the author's name on one side and the book title on the other. And the space breaks, what would those look like? Could I make those identical to what they would be in the English language? Because if I had to go in and guess where the space breaks were, I would be at a loss, and you might be too. And even you won't be able to see this, but my US designer had, because it's a book that includes information about golf, it's fiction, but it's about a golfer. There's a little tiny golf ball icon sitting on a tee as the page or the space dividers. And I wanted to replicate that if I could. I wasn't adamant about that, but I really wanted everything as much as possible to be a duplicate of what I had from my designer. So I looked at a number of translation services, and there's quite a few of them, but I wasn't finding one that could do all the things that I wanted to do. And that included doing the cover, the back cover and the front cover. The back cover, translating all of this into Korean or any other language, was more than I wanted to tackle or, frankly, pay for. So I went to a tool that I'm going to show you right now, and it is called, actually, before I show you that, I'm going to show you what the interior looked like. So this is the interior of one of the two books that I put into Korean, and you can see um, and it has the US names. It has the page breaks like you'd have. Let's see if I can. Oh, I think I wasn't showing my screen. Let me get over here. Um, so let me go back and show you that. So here's all the translation, and some of the names didn't translate. They left those in US. I'm okay with that. After all, it is much better than I could have done for translating. And it's got the blank pages like you'd see, let me show you here, like you'd see when you're in a regular book and would have the page facing the chapter. Not all books have those, but the ones that are more professionally done are. And let me share again with the cover itself. You can see total duplicate of the cover with Joe's name there and all of the text here. I am super, super happy to say that it looks exactly sized like the original book. So those were the things that I was concerned about, was would the book look like it was supposed to look? Now I want to say that this is something that when enough money is made in that market, I would probably hire a professional translator. But right now, this is good enough. It's getting a book on a market where it wasn't. Amazon does not sell into South Korea and some other countries as well. So I know that it's a market that I can tap into that I wouldn't otherwise have been able to. Um, there's some other considerations I wanted to talk about before I show you the product. I, if you take your book and you translate it, you also need to know where you can sell it. Amazon, like I just mentioned, doesn't sell into South Korea, but Publish Drive does. So then there's some other places as well. So I wanted to make sure where I could upload the book and sell the book. That doesn't mean you couldn't upload it to Amazon. It would have to be people who read Korean in the US who would be buying there. So I will do that with the Spanish translation, upload it to Amazon as well as to some other platforms. Um, Another consideration, have to look at my notes here, make sure I tell you all the juicy goodness, is the print size can be a little bit different in some countries. So you need to know that. You might need to take the book and have it resized, but that's a lot less expensive than having everything translated and done that way. Um, Another consideration is some countries the books are read instead of like what we read um, left to right. They read right to left. So that would be different formatting. That's a little trickier. I'm not messing with it now because, like I say, it's a book on the market in a market where it wasn't previously. And I think people can figure it out. Okay, so those are the things I wanted to share with you as far as the other considerations. And I already mentioned down the road, I would probably hire a professional translator and possibly have the book reformatted. So let's get to the tool. I'm actually going to walk you through exactly how I upload. This is the product. This is the product. It's Deep L, DEEPL, and it's under .com. So I save all my files to my computer and a couple of backup sources, so I don't have any files saved here. But I'm going to just show you how I do that. So here I have the text translation, file translation, or AI writing assistance. I just want the text translation, and I'm going to click Translate PDF. Now, this is going to be really important here that you've got a PDF, but I'm going to show you something else too. Here's my PDF. I'm going to just drag that in. Oh, and the language is already selected for me, but I want it to be in Korean. Okay, easy peasy. Now what I'm going to do is just click Translate into Korean. What I want to click here is keep individual format per files. Now I'm going to translate. It's uploading. Okay, so it took it a minute. I uploaded the paperback cover in the PDF format. Now notice you can have a PDF, a docx, or a PowerPoint. For books, you want to have the PDF. That's what's going to give you the cover or the, well, both the cover and the interior so that it's formatted exactly the same way as your original input. Just click, in this case, translate into Korean. Keep all as PDFs and then translate. Okay, and you can see I just am saving the document now. Let's take a look and see exactly what it looks like. There we go. Oh, and it's looking pretty dark there. I'm going to run that again. So you can see it's not perfect. So I'm going to contact support on that, see what I can do to get that back cover with white text instead of black, because that's not showing up well. Um, but it's easy to get those things accomplished. You can see all the images are the same, and it's got everything translated here. So with all that, that's nearly perfect. I'm going to just now make some tweaks, have them show me how I can make sure I get white text instead of the black. Although on the back, I will say on the back of this book, you can see the original has this image with the wraparound of the cover, just like it showed on that one that they translated. And this is kind of a gold text. So it may actually show up okay on the Korean site. I will check that because I can always upload and not publish and just see how it looks before I contact support on that. But overall, I'm super, super pleased. I can see that it's going to work really well for all of my other books that I want to get into other languages. And for me, the cost is going to be a little higher because I have so many books. But for you, you could use a free version. If your file size is low enough on your cover, you wouldn't have to upgrade. I did see after I upgraded to the highest level that you do have to pay in advance for that highest level. So if you've got files that are over 20 MB, then you're going to need that higher level. And they do charge right away for that. It's $750 for the year. Now, for me, it's worth it. It's still less than a translator would cost, but you can also use file conversion products to reduce your file size. So that's something to take into consideration too. However you use it, it's a way to get your book out there, making more money from other countries. Oh, and something I might add is take a look at the site that you're going to and see how those books are priced. How they're priced may not remotely resemble what you're pricing at in the US, so you want to be very careful on your pricing model. And by the way, don't forget that you can do this with your ebooks just as easily as with a print book. Just upload your cover, that's just the front cover and your interior file, and you're good to go on the ebooks. So you could have more than one product on a site such as the Korean site. I hope that's really useful for you. Let me know if you have any other questions. A good way to always stay in touch is to make sure that you are a member of the Publishing Circle on Facebook, where I typically will post some additional tips. That's it for now. I hope you're making loads more money with your books.